There are two vices much darker and more serious than the rest: lack of persistence and lack of self-control. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus believed that one of the keys to a proper life is persistence. Developing good habits is not easy, but we must be persistent. The other key is to resist. We must master our minds to resist temptations and harmful habits that destroy us. We complain about how few our days are, but we act as if they are infinite. We lost valuable time doing things that brought us nothing, and procrastinating. Seneca once remarked, "Life, if well lived, is long enough." Nothing guarantees that we will be alive tomorrow, or that we will be in a position to do what we want. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. So now is the ideal time to begin eliminating everything in your life that makes you unhappy, avoiding negative emotions that distract you, or putting an end to anything that prevents you from achieving your goals. The first step toward living a good life is to stop hiding behind tomorrow. Today is the day. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations the following: "You get what you deserve." Instead of being a good person today, you choose instead to become one tomorrow. You could do a good deed today, but choose to do it tomorrow. Or, in Seneca's words, the one thing fools all have in common is that they are always getting ready to live, but they never do it. We all procrastinate in some way, and put things off until tomorrow. When you procrastinate something out of laziness, you feel guilty, knowing you should be doing something, instead of resting. You do not enjoy rest the same way, because you know deep down that you do not deserve it. Sooner or later, you'll have to fulfill that obligation. So for two main reasons, it is always better to do what you should do now. The first reason is that our time is limited. The second is more satisfying when you fulfill your obligations. Stoicism reminds us that the true satisfaction of a job well done implies doing it at the right moment, not later. Seneca remarked, "I don't complain about the lack of time. What little I have will go far enough. Today, this day will achieve what no tomorrow will fail to speak about." Don't let anxiety dominate your spirit. In his Meditations, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Today I escaped from anxiety." Or no, I discarded it, because it was within me, in my own perceptions, not outside. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. External events do not cause anxiety. You are the only one responsible, because this feeling originates within you due to your thoughts. Anxiety doesn't make you better, and it doesn't help you solve your problems. Epictetus remarked, "Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems. It's just a thought that torments you, thinking about what may or may not happen in the future." Realize that no matter what happens in the future, no matter how uncertain your life is, you have overcome worse situations before. Understand that you have the tools to face anything bad that may arise in the future. Distinguish between what you can't control and what is within your control, and you'll realize the situation is less severe than you thought. As Epictetus remarked, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." The Stoics believe that we must learn to stop clinging to things, and let go of attachments, both physically and emotionally. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. This reflection on time was a reminder to continue living a life of virtue now, and not wait. If you have made a mistake in life, do not torture yourself over it. Learn from your mistakes to avoid repeating them. But don't torment yourself with guilt and regret. Even though these feelings are not helpful, they assist us in understanding that we acted incorrectly, but once we have understood and learned from the situation, we should not allow these emotions to torment us. We all make mistakes, so do not dwell on them, and instead look for ways to learn from them. If we don't change, we don't grow. So don't be afraid of change. Through change, we can become better, and we can evolve. Marcus Aurelius wrote the following in his Meditations: "The universe is transformation, life is opinion. The change in all things is inescapable, and transformation is necessary, for renewable." This suggests that the universe and everything in it, including us, are continuously transforming. Also, our life's reality is largely shaped by our subjective perceptions and opinions, so trying to keep everything the same not only keeps you trapped in something you can't control, but also prevents you from discovering the many opportunities that exist and can appear in your life. Marcus Aurelius remarked, "Is any man afraid of change? What can take place without change? What then is more pleasing or more suitable to the universal nature?" Stoicism teaches that we should learn to accept things that are out of our control, and most of the changes we experience in life are not things we have the power to stop, so focus on adapting to them, because they are inevitable and often good. As Marcus Aurelius remarked, "Everything you see will soon alter and cease to exist. Think of how many changes you've already seen. The world is nothing but change." Break the chain, stop being a slave. Seneca wrote the following: "There's no state of slavery more disgraceful than one which is self-imposed." This suggests that the slavery one imposes on oneself is the most insidious form of slavery, as it is often disguised as something else, such as desire or ambition. Show me a man who isn't a slave. One is a slave to lust, another to greed, another to ambition, and all men are slaves to fear. Seneca was right in saying that we are all slaves to something, often without even realizing it. We forget that to be truly free, we need to have our minds fully under control. We can resist the temptations that arise in our lives. As Epictetus pointed out, discipline is the best tool to achieve this. No man is free who is not master of himself. There is no Stoic virtue more important than justice, because it influences all the others. Thus, if a Stoic values virtue, then the Stoic must defend justice. Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius spoke extensively in his meditation about this virtue. He said that justice is the source of all the other virtues. There is but one thing of real value: to cultivate truth and justice, and to live without anger in the midst of lying and unjust men. Stoics are people who avoid unnecessary conflicts, believing we should live in harmony with others. But there are situations where a Stoic can't ignore injustice. In Marcus Aurelius's Meditations, he talks about how injustice can also be committed when we do nothing, when we allow injustice to happen without taking action. As Marcus Aurelius remarked, "Often injustice is the result of inaction, not just of what you do. Staying idle makes us accomplices." Avoiding injustice that happens around us, even if it's not caused by us, is part of justice. Eliminating these habits and incorporating new ones into your life is the path to living a peaceful, happy, and purposeful life. In the end, our best and truest power is over ourselves, and the right and righteous exercise of that power can bring us peace in action.